was little, Roald Dahl was one of my favorite authors, and I especially loved The Witches. Whenever I read it, I'd hear the voices of his wonderful characters, and the story would come alive. Today I'll be reading an excerpt from the novel where a young boy gets locked in a conference room with a gathering of witches and hides behind a screen door while he watches the horrifying events of their meeting unfold. There now appeared in front of me, row upon row of bold female heads, a sea of naked scalps, every one of them red and itchy looking, from being rubbed by the linings of their wigs. I simply cannot tell you how awful they were, and somehow the whole sight was made more grotesque because underneath those frightful scabby bald heads, the bodies were dressed in rather fashionable and pretty clothes. It was monstrous. It was unnatural. Oh, help, I thought. These foul, bald-headed females are child killers, every one of them, and here I am imprisoned in the same room, and I can't escape. Witches of England! Shouted the Grand High Witch. She herself, I noticed, had not taken off either her wig or her gloves or her shoes. Witches of England! She yelled. The audience stirred uneasily and sat up straighter in their chairs. Miserable witches, useless lazy witches, feeble privileged witches. You are a heap of idle good for nothing birds. A shudder went through the audience. The Grand High Witch was clearly in an ugly mood, and they knew it. I had a feeling that something awful was going to happen soon. I'm having my breakfast this morning, and I'm looking out of the window at the beach, and what am I seeing? I'm asking you, what am I seeing? I'm seeing a revolting sight. I'm seeing a repulsive sight. I'm seeing hundreds, I'm seeing thousands of rotten, repulsive little children playing in the sand. It is putting me right off my feet. Why have you not got rid of them? Why have you not rubbed out all these filthy, smelly children? With each word she spoke, flecks of phlegm shot from her mouth like little bullets. I'm asking you why, she screamed. Children smell. They stink out the world. We do not want these children here. The bold heads in the audience all nodded vigorously. But traveling is no good for me. Is that the best you can do? We will do much better, murmured the audience. We will do much better. That is no good either. I demand maximum results. My orders are that every single child in this country shall be robbed out, shall be squashed, squirted, squitted, and frittered before I come here again in 1 year's time. Do I make myself clear? A great gasp went up from the audience. I saw the witches all looking at each other with deeply troubled expressions, and I heard one witch at the end of the front row saying aloud, all of them. We can't possibly wipe out all of them. Grand High Witch whipped round as though someone had stuck a skewer into her bottom. Who said that? She snapped. Who dares to argue with me? It was you, was it not? She pointed a gloved finger as sharp as a needle at the witch who had spoken. I didn't mean it, your grandness, the witch cried out. I didn't mean to argue. I was just talking to myself. You dare to argue with me? Cried the Grand High Witch. I was just talking to myself. I swear it, your grandness. She began to shake with fear. Grand High Witch took a step forward, and when she spoke again, it was in a voice that made my blood run cold. A stupid witch who answers back must burn until her bones are black. No, no, begged the witch in the front row. The Grand High Witch went on. A foolish witch without a brain must sizzle in the fiery flame. Save me, cried the wretched witch in the front row. The Grand High Witch took no notice of her. She spoke again. An idiotic witch like you must roast upon the barbecue. Forgive me, or your grandness, cried the miserable culprit. I didn't mean it. But the Grand High Witch continued with her terrible Sparks that looked like tiny white-hot little violins came shooting out of the Grand High Witch's eyes and flew straight towards the one who had dared to speak. I saw the sparks striking against her and burrowing into her, and she screamed a horrible howling scream, and a puff of smoke rose up all around her. A smell of burning meat filled the room. Nobody moved. Like me, they were all watching the smoke, and when it had cleared away, the chair was empty. I caught a glimpse of something wispy white, like a little cloud, fluttering upwards and disappearing out the window. A great sigh rose up from the audience. The Grand High Witch glared around the room. "I hope nobody else is going to make me cross today," she remarked. There was a deathly silence.